crazy. But you know what I realized? Don't mind how I look. I kind of in bed, kind of looking at mess. But you know what I realized? Because I was no, this now come to my mind. Because I was now saying to a friend that when I have a business, I know who to fire and who not to. But then, as my friend rang up the phone and I like my weed to smoke my weed now, this is what coming to my mind. This is what come to my mind as a business owner, as a boss. Sometimes it's the cruelest, meanest, wickedest, evilest set of people that have your interest best in heart. Sometimes the pure-hearted person, the good person, don't really care that much. They have too much things to deal with. They have that one because they're such a good person. You know what I mean? They have too much. They're studying the love they give to their mom. That they're studying the family. They don't care that much. But the meanest, cruelest, wickedest, stupidest, dumbest, weirdest set of people is the one who have your interest best at heart. And you know the next thing why does realize too? Them is the one who bow. Them is the one you could talk to any and any out. You could kick them while they're down. You could spit in their face. Them is the one who gonna take it. And they gonna take out that hunger and that aggression, that ignorance on the other employees. So that maybe that's why they're so mean. You know what I mean? But you ever realize the purest good people always the one to get fired like this? Or just get rid of like this because they don't care as much. You know what I mean? They seek their own interest. They have their own best interests at heart. While the wicked people, they seek the interests of the boss. Not because, I don't know, because I was going to say, not because they care enough. They don't care enough. They don't care too much. It's not that they care that the boss making money. No. That the boss making money. It's an ego thing. It's a status thing. It's just the seems. You ever meet some people who you know that they don't have nothing going on for themselves. So whatever play they does get, they try to master that. So for example, if you meet a butler or a servant or a slave, just anything. I trying to look for the most demeaning thing ever. They gonna master being that. They gonna be the best that. The lowest they could be of themselves, just to fit in, just to feel like them in something, and them is the wickedest people. The good people though, they have so much other things going on for them. And then look, you ever notice is the meanest, cruelest, wickedest people is the one who clock 20 years, 50 years, 30 years at a job that is hand to mouth as they get it done, and it's like a hamster wheel, it just going around and around. And the one who get fired all the time end up finding something for themselves, end up being their own boss, and them creating a job for themselves. You know what I mean? Them is the one who never see themselves too long being there. You know what I mean? Because they have other plans. They wanted more for themselves. I just saying, like I was telling my friend, like when I'm a boss, I know who to fire. Think. But then I stop. It's like as I smoke my weed, as I like my weed, it's like something come back to my mind to say, well, wait a minute. You gotta think not only in terms of, you gotta think in terms of everybody. You gotta understand what the boss be thinking, why they just make certain decision. So I could understand why, because sometimes the wickedest, cruelest people have their best interest in heart. And it's not like they like them. It's not like they even fucking like them. It's more like to say, well, for the sake of my business, I have this person, I gonna make this stay around me or tolerate this person a little bit longer for the sake of my business, for the sake of something that make it is my income. You know what I mean? It's the same thing for them, because they be like, oh, for the sake of a small bread or a small income, I gonna make this person treat me any and anyhow. You know what I mean? I just want to say sometimes you just have to go with the flow. Life is all about transition. So when you transform, man, you can't be fearful, or you just have to just be like, well, it's what it is, and something bigger is coming. You know what I mean? Something bigger is coming. Sometimes just chat the people on them who just that is all I have to say. It's all I'm out, because I look a mess, but I just had to say this because I was talking to my friend and I was like, yeah, I know when I get this, I always, every time I venting, that is always the end of me venting. I vent how I feel, and then I start to think of me in the highest esteem, and then I be like, this is what would I do if I had that power. It was similar, but for some reason, God still humble me in the midst to remind me, like, yeah, they're not, you know what I mean? But you had to think of it in every way, like why they make the choices they make. Because sometimes it's the wickedest, evilest people have the business best interest, if that makes sense, or seek the best interest of the business, or appear like that. Because as I said, sometimes it's just a mask. It's not real. They don't care for real, but it appears to. You know what I mean?